Should be live now. Definitely should be live. Yes, we are. Cool. Get hit one there. Turn that down. Yep. We are live. What's up? We back in here. What's going on? Big Cloud in the building. How you guys doing? What's up? I actually goofed earlier. I hit go live, and you know what it did? It actually went live on Twitch. It actually went live on Twitch when I hit go live. That shit was funny. I was like, what the hell? Why am I hearing it? But it's not on YouTube. Like, oh, it's on Twitch. So I had to delete it. Anyway, I'm live now. I'm actually waiting for Nautical. I don't know where he's at. He said he was gonna be up in time, so yeah, we're here. But I guess he's on Destiny. But I don't know if he forgot or what. I don't know. But nonetheless, I'll wait a little bit before I start talking about it. Anyway, what's up to everybody in the chat? What's up, Beerly? What's up, Nopper? Captain, what's up? We got Dave in the building. What's up? Lots is in here. Xbox 448 just hopped in here. What's up, brother? Overdone, the spooky one. What's up? Fred Boy, Billy, Terry, Envy, Balthazar, the Tina Orlando. What's up? Let's see. Got DJ Pro, Baby D. That's funny. Iron Fist. What's up, homie? Where's the Frate? Hey, I'm waiting for him. I'm waiting for the dude. Where he at? I don't know. He's on Destiny, for God's sakes. Hit him up on Xbox. You have him added, don't you? 448. Hit him up with a message. Tell him we're live here. What's up, Paul? What's going on? Zaire. What's up, Robert? Emmanuel. Cuba. EJ. I ain't seen you in a minute. What's up? Shout out to everybody who came through. Good to see y'all. Did I say up to everybody? Ruham, what's up? Yeah, definitely. If he does come through, definitely. Just I'll definitely jump you in here for sure. And reschedule, I guess, for another time. I don't know. All right. Man, it's been a hell of a week. Let me tell you. Yesterday was good. Yesterday was big, and then today was kind of sad because you had the that's my computer. Because you had the reunion, not the reunion, but the memorial for Kobe today. That was sad, man. Really was sad. JJ Plays, what's up? Jenny from the block, what's up? Sean, what's up? Yeah, it was bad. That was bad, man. Like heartbreaking. On real time, that was heartbreaking. I was just like, And then they had they had Michael Jordan on stage too. I was like, damn, like everybody here. But that goes to show he made an impact. He really was an impact on people's lives, and it's a tragedy. But I hope, like I said before, when I put it in the post on the channel, I wish nothing but the best for his wife and his, his other kids, and hope they get through it. Real talk, man. I know they'll be good. Give a fuck about this shit. Just give me my fucking glasses part 2. What's up, Melon? Hyena, what's up? Yeah, Xbox. Xbox, how excited are you for that? Oh, Xbox 448 excited for that 12 teraflop. You're going to be talking about it for weeks. All right, well, let's see. Since I don't see a message from Forte here. Let me get going. It's my PC again blinging. Alright, so 1 second. Hey, Xbot, if you're ready, let me know. Just jump in on the Discord. I think I gave you permission on the thing, didn't I? Let me see here. No, I didn't. I gotta change it to. There you go. All right. Just hop in when you're ready. Xbox. Who say I don't think PS games are ancient or gamers are anxious given. Oh yeah, definitely. PS5 will have 14 teraflops. Hands up. Man, it's been about 5 weeks since these guys. Yeah, it's tragic, man. Life is fast, man. It is fast and brutal. What's up, Death Trap? Josh, what's up? PlayStation games or gamers still has games coming. Yep, that is true. That is very, very true. A lot to go over, man. Definitely. A lot to go over. So let's I guess I would just talk about this. So I saw interesting post from, you guys know Hunter on Twitter. I think a lot of you are familiar with him. He posts a lot of like leaks or discussions about PlayStation 5, and he'll talk about Series X as well. He'll talk about sales numbers or leaks. Mostly PlayStation does. That's really what Hunter does on Twitter. He put out a good tweet. Now, it was an interesting one at the same time, but he put out a good tweet. He said that the reason why more likely Sony has not said anything aside from the whole CV virus concerns is the fact that they are the market leader and they have 50% of the market share. That's basically what he was breaking it down to. And basically, since they're number one, they're not implied or they're not really pressured to put everything out there as quickly as possible. And then he went and said that Microsoft did it because they had to. Now, granted, I do believe it was smart for them to show the console again. Very, very smart at the Game Awards. That was actually the unexpected thing. And now, ever since then, it's kind of been like a slowly built, you know what I'm saying? Like slowly build steam. More and more stuff has been added to it and it continues to go up and more gamers get excited for it. Yesterday, they announced the 12 teraflop rumor was indeed true, and they are indeed pushing that heavy. So the graphics card in the Series X will be very capable, and this is definitely something that they've been going for. They're going for the graphics. Now, again, they did say balance in the patch notes. They did say balance, so the system will be very well-rounded. But as far as the power is concerned, I'm wondering why the reason why they did this too is because they don't want to be in the same predicament like they were with Xbox One. So I wonder if that was the main reason. I think so. I honestly think that's probably it. Oh no, do I see a Battletoads logo in here?
Battletoads!
Oh no. Oh,
what is up, brother?
What's up, man? What's going on?
Chilling, man. Finally, you're going live, and I'm not like cooking dinner, or I have to go out and get something. I tune in whenever I get the notification for you to go live, and whenever you say like you can jump in, I'm like, damn, like I'm right in the middle of making dinner or something. But right now, absolutely perfect. I got the house to myself. Nobody else is here, and dude, thank you for having me on, bro.
Oh, no problem. Oh, look, now the late dude shows up. Well, I'm gonna have to change this from from a 101 to 3, man. But I appreciate you coming through for sure. Xbox for sure. I've been meaning to get a 101 with you. I've been meaning to do it. So I'm at the
because Forte knows I never cut him in line. I never talk over him or anything like that. So
well, this is good. We got 3 people here. We got 3 different sides here. You know, Xbox 448. Y'all already know if you watch this podcast, the next podcast, right? Is the name of it? It's the next
yes,
podcast
sir.
Or next gen.
Next podcast and
I thought it was next gen. Okay.
Nah. But I'm coming out with another kind of like just an Xbox show. I'm getting the panel together, so I'm gonna actually have 2 live shows on my channel.
Y'all see this? The 12 teraflop made this man go full-fledged.
Dude, I've been planning this for months, bro.
Hey, okay. I was planning this for months. Y'all hear this, man? Y'all hear this? Take notes.
Just let me put in a little kind of like inside information though. You can ask my brother Jamie Moran, which he's gonna be kind of like my second in charge of the show. How long I've been talking to him about this show, man. So it was way before 12 T-flops. And honestly, I tried to tell people to calm down with the 12 T-flops because I felt like a lot of people were kind of like,
missing the point.
Thinking about the GCN architecture as opposed to the RDNA2 and how like a smaller raw T-flop level can actually go further with that architecture, the RDNA2 in mind, because of the efficiency. You know what I'm saying? So I was on Twitter trying to tell people, yo, calm down with that 12 number. And then Phil just drops a hammer and says, you know what, X5, you're wrong. I'm like, damn, man.
Well, hey, it is definitely a pleasure to have you here. We're definitely going to do a separate one-on-one with you specifically for sure. Get more insight for you.
If you want to keep all your graphics the same, all that good stuff, I could back out. I was just happy that.
Oh, no. You're fine. You're fine. We can do the special if you cool with that. If not, we can do later. But that's fine here.
Dude, I got free time. The Destiny 2 reset starts at 12, and I don't have anything until I can start the grind on the new weeklies and stuff like that. So.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, you already know. Here we go.
Not doing that.
Dude, I'm trying to finish my season pass, bro. Like I still haven't finished.
I'm 211 on that thing. I'm good.
Yeah. So what's today? Today's Tuesday. You free tomorrow? Xbox for a one-on-one? Same time? 11?
Yeah. No, I'm good tomorrow.
All right, cool. Let's schedule that for tomorrow. So Xbox 448 tomorrow here, guys. Same time, 11 o'clock.
You guys heard it here first. All right, brother.
All right, thanks for coming through. I do appreciate it, though. I'll see you tomorrow.
No doubt, bro.
All right. Forte, Mr. Addicted to Destiny. What's up, brother?
Nothing, man. You tell me. It's been a very interesting beginning of the week. You know, everybody. You got people happy. You got people sad. You got people that don't know what the hell to do with their lives this early in the week because they just can't be happy for people's happiness. It's a lot of stuff going on this week, man. But I'm good personally.
Oh yeah, definitely. Before I continue, JJ plays a shout out to Marlon. Hey, shout out to him too. Yeah, shout out to him. CJ, what's up? Slow-mo backslap jumped into here. You already know. Uh-oh. Watch out for your ankles. Because slow-mo's in there. No, I'm stopped.
He's gonna cut you off, Adam.
All right, man. Let's go. So I don't know if you heard what I said earlier. You know Nathan, right? The dude who drops a lot of like specific tweets about PlayStation. Like he'll break down stuff or he'll just give like info from like a site, a source. He put out a good point. He stated that Sony, and the reason why Sony is quiet and the reason why they're not saying anything aside from the CV virus concerns, he was saying that PlayStation, PlayStation and the PS4 are number one right now. They have 50% of the market share. They are not really pressured to put anything out there as quickly as possible. And then he even went on to add that the reason why Microsoft did it XYZ is because Microsoft kind of has no choice but to do it to build any type of momentum going forward. What do you have to say about that? You think that's true?
I've been saying that for a while now. You know,
Sony, you said they were a strong worldwide brand. You did say that.
Yeah, they're a strong worldwide brand. They technically have a bunch of stuff that's still releasing on PS4 this generation, and PS5 is going to be just a footnote for this generation. You know, towards the end of it, you know, it's not even the biggest part. You know, it's just that the hardcore fans are just super excited to find out any news they can about the system. But as of right now, the only thing we know is of game-wise is Godfall. That's pretty much it. And we don't even know if that's going to launch day one. I mean, it's being rumored that it's going to launch day one. Mm-hmm. So Sony really, I mean, right now they're talking about, you know, they're not saying anything, but Last of Us and all this stuff is a thing that's on their mind. And I know people are going to be looking forward to playing that on their brand new PS5 because they're going to probably get better textures and everything on it. It's going to probably run at a better frame rate. Mm-hmm. But that's all information that people want to hear from Sony. You know, we just like Microsoft came out and dropped a whole bunch of news about how your games the games you own now are going to be significantly better with the new system and the way that they run. You know, as little as that is, people are excited for that because they know especially when Matt Booty comes out and says like, hey, for the first 1 to 2 years, we're gonna, be supporting, the whole console generation all the way back to the original Xbox and everything. So all your games are gonna go forward. So you're not gonna really see anything that's gonna take super apparent power of the system because they're not going in that direction yet.
Yeah.
And they've been 100% upfront with that, and I'm good with that. But when Sony hasn't said anything at all, I mean, me personally, I feel like they're good. They're gonna say stuff when they want to say it. It's not like the PS5 isn't going to release this year. Now, if it doesn't that's another thing. Do they know what the timetable is? Because we don't know how impacted they are by the whole virus.
People are talking about delays. Yeah, people are talking about it being delayed.
Yeah, it could be delays, but then on top of that, Microsoft has they have manufacturing studios in a whole Mexico, Brazil. They got them all over the place, so they can still release a system without really having any fallback from it. They may still have shortages compared to PlayStation. All their stuff is pretty much handled in Japan, Asia,
Japan, China. Yeah.
That's where all of their manufacturing comes from. So they may be hit more, they might be hit even more by this. So I think until they know exactly if they're going to be able to release this system, it's going to be mum's the word, because they don't want to get people excited for something that they're going to have to disappoint them later. And this has been apparent ever since they backed out of the one E3 a couple years ago.
Yeah.
People were super upset about the last PSX they did. They said if you were there to experience it, it was great because it was like a bunch of fanfare. But for the viewing public, it was a nightmare because it was like intermissions and moving people from one side of the hall to the other. That was some crazy stuff. And they just showed
on the couch.
yeah, exactly. And then they just showed pretty much the same stuff that they showed throughout, the last couple of years. So I understood when they backed out of E3 2018. And then I also understood, with the situation that they backed out, not 18, 19. And then I know why they backed out this year, because the ESA is on a bunch of BS. So they don't want to deal with that either. So they just need to say something. But overall, Microsoft is doing what it has to do. I've been saying that for a while. Sony put them in a position where, if you want to compete in this space, you have to come a little harder than you came throughout the whole generation. And I didn't think Microsoft was going to do it because I didn't think they really cared about the hardware. Mm-hmm. And I still don't think they care about the hardware as much as people think they do. But they're putting
I think it's more like a buzzword just to get the heat.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a buzzword. Yeah.
They're the ones. Listen, man. People like myself, Slow-Mo, Enrique. I mean, Enrique ain't getting no Xbox. He's stunk.
He get it. Stop. Y'all keep putting Enrique on this pedestal. Enrique is a fraud. I hope he's in the chat.
Listen,
where you at?
He does get it. If he does, we're all, trust me, it's going to be a roast fest on rap that day. I'm just letting you know now, because that man has been screaming from the top of the sky saying, I'm not getting a Series X. There's no reason to. But ultimately, Microsoft had to do this. This is something that was unavoidable if they wanted to stay competitive. We just need Sony to say something. And whenever they do it. But the longer they wait, the more mind share they're allowing the Xbox to take away. But guess what? It may not matter in the end, because it comes down to the hardware.
It's new hardware. Like, every time we talk about like a specification or when you see something new, like hell, even a controller, it gets people buzzing. People talk regardless. So the fact that they release more info, and pretty much we know about 2/3, I would say, right? About Xbox Series X now, like 2/3. So now that 2/3 of the information is out there, obviously they're going to trend, and they got more people talking about it, which is good. But I went back to, when I went back to what happened last time, because remember, CES, we weren't really expecting anything from PS5 related, but they showed the logo, and the logo was trending just as much as this. You get how I'm going with this? Like, it was trending just as much as this. And they didn't even give you a single detail. They didn't say nothing about the PS5 specifications. They did say, though, the controller haptic feedback, right? They talked about that, plus about what their plans were for studios. And that was pretty much it. And he's like, we're expect more in the coming months. That's it, and left. And I was like, okay, well, damn, they got people buzzing off of that, just and that's what blew me away. So I can only imagine what will happen if they do something similar to what they did on February 20th, where they show out the controller with the PS4. Right. I can only imagine what the buzz is going to be there. But granted, again, more people will be like, well, can we see the full unit? And I think that's probably where more people will have a lot of more anticipation for it. And I do believe so. I think we won't be getting the same exact style. I think they'll probably do both like Microsoft did, where they'll show both the console and the controller at the same time. It makes sense to do that because it's kind of like you're kind of holding out pretty much, right? You're kind of holding out for no reason, and especially when people have been waiting this long, kind of pointless. So I can see them doing it. What's up, OBJ? No.
Yeah, I see OBJ out there saying they need to say something. Look, it's not that. Look, Sony don't have to do anything. They don't. But for the fans that want to know this information, and they don't even owe, like, gaming don't owe you anything. That's the one thing that people gotta kind of realize. As much as this is an amazing industry that we are part of and we partake in, they don't have. We're not stockholders, and we're not, corporate entities inside of these places, so they don't owe us anything. I just think when you have one side, and this is the same thing I always say, if this was Sony doing this and Xbox was this quiet, you will be seeing the same thing from the other side too. PlayStation fans would be like, man, Microsoft's scared and all this other stuff. And I still don't understand how Sony can be scared and broke all at the same time.
I don't get it. It's like they don't have the funds, but they're scared.
They don't have the funds, but they just spend
I don't get
it. And only certain like real fanboys can really spin the conversation to being that, well, the only reason they can't they ain't got no money is because they spent all that money on the Insomniac. And I'm like, how can you take a good thing like how Insomniac got the bag and equate that to Sony not doing well financially? I thought that was kind of funny when I heard it, but dude, listen, Sony is a brand. They're a global brand. They put out I thought the Top Hat tweet was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
They're tipping their cap to Xbox, saying, "Yo, good one, Xbox." And we seen Microsoft do the same thing when Sony does like they hit certain milestones. And let's be for real, Microsoft talking and being as aggressive as they are, that's a milestone for Xbox because they haven't been that bold this whole generation.
Yeah, they haven't been that bold this gen, especially when it came to the inside Xboxes. The inside Xbox, I think we already know how we feel when we go in and come out of those shows. We all look at it like, who was this for?
I'm almost interested to see what the next inside Xbox is going to be with this whole focus, because I think it's still going to be trash because I don't watch any of them, but I'm more interested in this next one just because of the direction they're going. And there's one thing that I took out of Phil Spencer's his post on Xbox Wire. At the very end, he was like, at the very end of that post, he was like, we still have more to show. Stay tuned and we'll talk to you guys in the coming months.
Right.
And I was like, coming months.
Yeah, it's like,
The coming months. So that kind of talks about that April reveal that they may be doing that a lot of people don't know is actually true or not. But it would have been real easy for them to come out and say, we got way more to show. We're going to blow the lid off this thing and we're going to see you all at E3. That would have been the perfect thing for them to say, hey, no more news until E3. But the fact that they said coming months, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So, and there's a reason they didn't talk about clock speeds or anything like that, because I think they're going to save all that stuff for like the complete unveil.
Yeah, the architect will come out and break down what is what.
They're going to break all that stuff down, like how Sony did back in 2013 with Mark Cerny, and they broke down everything in February, or not in February. They did a little bit after that, but
no, they did in February. I think they gave you demos.
Yeah, was that February?
It was February. It was Mark Cerny. Remember, he gave you the demo running an engine on the Unreal engine. Right. Yeah, it was the fire effects and like the marbles and million pixels. Or like the objects falling. Yeah, he did that. So it was in February.
That was in February. So this is going to be interesting, but I think once again, Sony doesn't have to say anything. People want them to say stuff, but they don't have to.
They're being very strategic.
And Microsoft, you know what? This is probably the funnier thing about it. I think most people, when they hear Sony, and Sony has admitted that they're waiting for Microsoft to make the first move.
Yeah.
And Microsoft's been making moves, but I don't think it's that they want Microsoft to make. They want Microsoft to come out and say, what's the price of this goddamn system?
Exactly. That's the main thing there.
That's what they're waiting on.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
And I think Xbox fans are using that as like a crutch. They're using that as like, say, well, Sony is afraid to just drop the price. They don't believe in their product and all this stuff. I'm like, no, they saw what worked in 2013 by being able to counter what one system did. Mm-hmm. And I do agree when they came out and said that the price for the PS5 has been set, for a long time now. Mm-hmm. I think, look, things changed. Things changed in 2013 on a drop of a dime. And like nobody can truly confirm it, but most gamers, even ex-PlayStation fans, believe that system was going to be $500. And Sony in 24 hours made an about face because they smart. It was like, we're not going down that same draft. And they came up with a plan that completely dominated the generation. And
facts.
That's what they're trying to do again. So look, man, I'm gonna buy my PlayStation 5 day one because I know the next God of War.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna walk into that store. I don't know if I'm gonna record myself. Haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna do the Vince McMahon walk. I'm gonna do the Vince McMahon walk all the way to the register and buy the damn thing. So
side by side, we got to see the side by side comparison of you and Vince doing it as you walk up there.
Oh, you already know because I already told everybody I'm getting. I do news, so I got to get Series X as well. People were shocked when I said it, but I was like, dog, I told you, I'm getting everything. I'll be on everything.
Well,
even though I'm on PC, kind of, I know it's kind of like counterproductive. I know I got a good PC, but it's like it's kind of counterproductive.
So let me ask you this: what do you think? Okay, so I hear a bunch of people. Oh, hey, go ahead and get your super chat that just popped up.
Oh, I have two actually. I was in Utah, but it's fine. Yeah. Shout out to Perfect Image, appreciate it. They sorry about the wait. I let the homie talk, man. I don't like to cut people off for super chats. I hate when people do that. They go, "Hey, super chat." Nah, I let people talk, but appreciate it. He said Sony is trying to perfect Paxton Pat because it's new software and cooling system. Think about from a programmer ideology. Okay. Another one from Andrew Wilkins, a $10 super chat. Appreciate it. Forte, what you mean? Xbox doing the right. Xbox hyped power with the X and that flopped. All features they hype are lies or fail. Cloud, DX12, UWP, 4K uncompromised, all BS or fails. You'll never learn.
Okay.
Well, first of all, when we were talking about this yesterday, when we were breaking down, the whole specs, I remember dudes just coming at both of us. Remember that? We was like talking about games. We was like, well, that's damage control. And somebody actually put that in chat. Like, I hate when people damage control bring up it's the games that matter. You don't play specifications on the system. You play games on the system. That has always been the case. But again, I don't understand how that's even close. Then we were being logical yesterday, were we not? Nobody talked down on anything. Everybody was happy. So I don't get that. But again, people act weird when it comes to these consoles. It's really, really weird.
Well, that's just because. Well, first of all, Andrew, thanks for that $10 super chat. You give him line in my man's pockets. I appreciate it, man. I almost turned it to King David, man. If people wanna go come at your neck, they got to put it in color. That's. I think that's going to be the new way going forward. But look, when I say Xbox is doing things right, even PlayStation fans, as much as you want to hate Xbox, they've been doing everything the way that they need to be doing when it comes to their fan base.
Oh, Mr. Boom what's up, Boom?
Oh, what's up, Boom?
I didn't even know he was in here. What's up? The link's in the description, the Discord. My bad, you got it.
Yeah, but they've been doing everything that they needed to do to keep their fans happy. Now, like, this is the thing. Phil Spencer came into this with a plan. He said, I want to fix the platform, which he did. I want to fix the services with Xbox Live. He did that. He also added services like Game Pass and xCloud, which is coming. Mm-hmm. And then I want to fix the system. And let's be frank, that original Xbox was utter trash, and you cannot say and nobody can say that the X was a failure, because the X helped them get through the rest of a trash generation. If it wasn't for the fact that the Xbox One X release, we wouldn't have gotten games like Red Dead Redemption looking as great as it looked on a system ever if they didn't make that system. So, and then the thing is, and people keep forgetting this, if I remember correctly, the PlayStation 4 Pro came out halfway through the generation, just like the X. And for a nice little while, with the PlayStation 4 releasing a year earlier than the X, the PlayStation 4 the Pro didn't even sell as much as the X sold when it first came out. So you can't say it was a failure, because the fans that wanted that system, that understood that the system they had before was a lame duck, and they wanted to go out and get a better version of the system that they want to play on, they supported the system. So it's definitely not a flop. Yeah. Now, if you want to sit there and bloviate about, 4K uncompromised and everything like that, look, man, none of these systems are 4K capable that came out. I don't even know if next gen is going to be as 4K capable.
I can see the mastering. I think we talked about this, right? It was on Scumcast and RGT too. I expect 4K to be mastered with PS5 and Series X for sure. 60? They're pretty up there in power. I can see 4K 60, but they're up there. They're up there in power. You're right about that. I can see 4K 60. That can be like the new 1080p 60 maybe for them. But as far as people like putting a lot of faith into 8K, let's take that back a bit. I don't see 8K for big projects.
If I even see 8K on a system box, I'm crossing it out.
Exactly. Like, I don't believe it.
What's going to run at 8K? Like 100?
Maybe indie titles? Maybe indie titles? I don't know. Like they go, oh, we love our indies. Here they are in 8K. What's up, Boom? He $2 super chat. He says, "Do you want me to join?" The link's in the description. The Discord. If you want to jump in, jump in the Discord. Let me know you're in there. I'll let you in there for sure. But
that man Boom been putting up some numbers on them shows, man. Go check that man out. If you ain't a biased PlayStation fan and you just like good content, go check out his channel, man. That man puts in work.
That dude's committed with them shows. He do good though. That's what's up.
Oh yeah, I mean you seen the notes of them shows. They're good.
He's doing good. That's what's up. Hard work, people. Hard work goes for. That's how it is. Yeah. But
so what do you think of the whole? So we I already know how you feel about just the scenario in general. You want to hear from Sony just like everybody else. But what do you think about?
I expect something, but not like it's not like pressure on them, right? Because like I know they got something. It's not like they can't afford. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they can't afford nothing. I know they got something good, and it's like we've been talking before. And so far, everything is looking pretty much in that look that we've had for a while, where everything's going to be virtually identical at this point. I don't think one side is just going to have this like insane power advantage, even if it's slight. Sure, that's understandable. But insane power advantage? I don't know. I don't see them. I don't see them doing it. I really don't. What's up, Jay Barry? But I don't know. I don't see it. Like I just want to see. I really want to see more of like games like Godfall. I remember we had like 5 seconds of it on Twitter. You remember that? It was like on Twitter. Not much to really go off of in terms of gameplay, but we want to see more of that. We want to see more from like the studios that we know that are going to be delivering for PS5. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to see something like that, like more from them.
So Andrew Wilkins with the $5 super chat. Thanks for putting that in color, brother. Forte don't be like Rand, Diller, Colt, Boom, and Cedric, who lies to push false narratives. Xbox isn't worthy of a purchase this gen. Stating the facts isn't hating. No, I never said you ain't hating. You know what? For me, I was thinking just like you. Before Microsoft started getting more aggressive with their marketing and just pushing the system. I have a PC. Technically, I don't need a Series X. The only reason I was thinking about getting a new system is to play with my friends that I play on that platform with. And I could do that on my Xbox One X. That's, I still own that. But when it comes like, I'm a fan of tech. Just like most of the people that are sitting in here right now, listening to this podcast, that are on this podcast. What's up, Boom? But I think everybody everybody wants to be a part of something big when it happens. And I want to be there on the first system that's going to give us, shut up, slow-mo. I want to be there when the first system hits 60 frames per second consistently across the next generation, because I think that's the new trend. That's what's going to make this next generation so special for people, because people you don't realize, if you never, granted, everybody's probably played at 60 frames because you probably play Call of Duty. But have you played every game at 60 frames per second?
Nah, they don't know how smooth or faster the experience is.
You are in store for next generation. So people saying that the PlayStation is gonna be a bloodbath and all this other stuff. Guess what? You could be correct, because Microsoft isn't the global brand that Sony is when it comes to selling hardware. And if we're comparing hardware, PlayStation more than likely is going to run away with the generation again. But Microsoft is playing a different game now. They've been saying
it's not going to be a toss up
years.
like last time. This time it's more like, it feels like it's going to be more of a fight for X amount of numbers, and that's where I'm hoping for. That's what I've been asking for.
Guess what?
Yeah.
And guess what? Sony came out, and actually their CEO came out and said it's about engagement numbers, just like Microsoft. I almost fell out of my freaking chair when I said, dude, is that Phil Spencer over there talking? Because Phil Spencer been saying this for years. It's about engagement. It's about the people that's on your platform partaking in the stuff that you have to offer to their fans. And now Sony is saying the same exact thing. And guess what? Sony, they don't have, now this is one thing I do know they don't have the money and the infrastructure to do what Microsoft's doing when it comes to like xCloud and stuff. That's why they went to Xbox.
Yeah, that's why they purchased Gaikai way back. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why they made those type of purchases, and they said, hey, we want to go to Microsoft so they can shore up our cloud infrastructure to help us, go forward, into the next generation with what we want to do. And is Sony going to do it day one? No. It's going to probably take them some time to do it, because they still value the hardware more than anything. But Microsoft, they don't care where you play at. So if Xbox sells 60 million systems next generation and PlayStation sells another 90 to 100, does Microsoft still really lose when they're bringing more to gamers than ever before? I think that's what people need to think about going forward.
Okay, good points, strong points. Well, look who decided to invade the show. Mr. Boomstick XL. He's grinning from ear to ear because, he's got Resident Evil to look forward to.
Yes.
And now he's got now Team Green's got confirmation that 12 teraflops is a thing.
You know what it is? And I said it on yesterday's show, dude. The thing is this, sure. Is my console, my preference, the Xbox brand? Yes. Does that take away my enjoyment and my trophy hunting that I do on the PlayStation? No. Did I just platinum Spider-Man? Yes, I did. As a matter of fact, a lot of these frauds that are currently lurking in the dark and not walking into the light because they're cowards.
Oh.
Okay, we're talking about those people that leave those real nasty messages.
Oh, you should see what me and Forte went through yesterday.
Oh, I can only imagine. And when you look at them, when you go to look at your, because I like to respond to everyone. I think it's only fair as a content creator that if someone's going to take the time to write a comment, whether it's good or bad, I feel as a content creator you should respond. Again, that's just me. Okay, but what I find very interesting about the entire narrative is that it does seem as if, God forbid, you should say a positive thing about any console, whether it be Xbox or PlayStation, you are lambasted, and that's a shame.
Yeah,
that really is a sad state of affairs. Listen, the bottom line is this: as an Xbox fan, first, there has been a shit ton of excitement since December 12th. 2019. Okay. And unfortunately, we are basking in this goodness that to be quite fair, hasn't been on our side almost the entire generation, because obviously all you have to do is harken back to 2013 and look where the generation was going. And things started to change in 2018 post E3, and we've had a lot to be excited about. Now, granted, there is still that doubt with many gamers as to the quality of what the next generation games are going to be for Microsoft. Is Halo Infinite going to be the monster behemoth we all expect it to be? Well, I would like to believe so. But until we play it, until we see gameplay, until we see the direction that 343 is taking, can we actually say it is or it's not? We can't. We have to.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that without even seeing like a visual, like even a snippet of gameplay. And I get it. I absolutely agree, because that's what dudes was coming at us yesterday when we were talking about, it's great. We got the 12 teraflops. That's what we said for you, but it's great to have the teraflops, but we got to see the content. That's really the real true thing.
It will always be the maker or the breaker.
Exactly. Yeah. Now,
of your
it's
console.
good. It's good they don't have the issue back in 2013, like where they had the ridiculous reveal with the TV and it was underpowered because of Kinect. They're not having this issue, so they're fine. They're good out the gate. Already, they're starting off in a great light, and they showed off the console
They're
first.
also almost they're over double the amount of first-party studios. Now, you remember back in 2013, they only had, I think it was 5.
It's like 5, yeah.
And they were really scraping the bottom of the barrel, and it completely makes sense as to why they were so dependent on a Platinum Games and on an Armature to make these games for them. Insomniac Games to make Sunset Overdrive, Remedy to make Quantum Break, because they did not have their first party in order, so to speak. And again, listen, folks, regardless, and I pretty much say this all the time, and obviously you being on Breakfast with Boom, you've heard me say this. Regardless of what flag you fly, 2020 is going to be one of the best years in gaming, especially if you're a multi-console supporter.
Yeah. It's about to be a race to this damn Resident Evil. I'm telling you, me and Boom, I thought this fool every Friday, man, and our excitement for Capcom is ridiculously high too, because like Capcom's really like really turned shit around. Like I'm talking
generation.
Dino Crisis is the game on everybody's mind. I can't tell you how many times that game comes up to mind when we talk. It's like that's the game.
It's been on your show at least a half a dozen times, and on Breakfast with Boom at least a half a dozen times.
But yeah, it gets mentioned. So a lot of stuff to look forward to, and of course you got the games like the Cyberpunk. You got Last of Us 2, you got Ghost of Tsushima, you got Neo 2, which drops in a little bit, like 3 weeks.
4 weeks,
like 2 or 3 weeks. So you got a lot of stuff to look forward to. And again, like me and Forte said earlier before you jumped in here, is again, because I saw a lot of good comments on this, right? One was from a good friend of mine. His name's Hunter. He posts a lot of info for PS5, and mostly does what I do. He does gaming news as well, but he does it strictly on Twitter. He put out a good point. He was like, Microsoft doing all this. They're doing all this because they quote unquote have to, while Sony, being the market leader with 50% of the market share, doesn't really feel pressured to do it. But even I will comment on this and say that, Sony hasn't really announced anything, but at the same time, there's only so much time you can push that, you have to still release something eventually. You need something.
Here's the thing. It's pretty much like anything in the world, right? If you for instance, if let's take it to food for a second, right? Which is pulling a moochism, if you will, right? Obviously McDonald's and Burger King, those are the two easy ones to bring up, right? Of course, now, obviously, when you're watching a sports, football, baseball, when you're watching regular TV, you're watching your favorite show, you're going to see a McDonald's commercial come up and be like, man, that burger does look good, right? But if one of the two completely shut down and pulled back on giving their customers any information, right? Initially, it may not seem like a big deal, right? But if all you kept seeing was McDonald's commercials, you as a customer would start to think about McDonald's.
Like, you know what? I want to try that Whopper.
Other favorite brand.
I want to try that McDouble or something. Yeah, exactly. You'll see that.
Saying that people are going to start. That's the. I got to tell you something, man. There is nothing more that gets my goat than this ridiculous ideology that people want to throw out there. Well, just a second, boom. No one is leaving PlayStation with their digital library as stout as mine. Folks, I want to just drop a little bit of knowledge on you. The hardcore folks, that content creation, right, at its core, the people here in the chat, the people that tune into Twitter, the people that make comments on Twitter, we are the hardcore. We are the minority.
We're the informed, basically. Yeah, the informed gamer, the real up-to-date gamer is
the uninformed casual. We do. Yeah. We do it all the time when you have someone that follows you on Twitter. Like, for instance, when I was going crazy tweeting, about A Plague's Tale, right? I was telling everyone, this is the game you got to play.
Mm.
There are casuals that follow me. Do you know how many messages that I got from people? Oh my God, Boom. Thank you for letting me know about this game. Because I had no idea.
I get them all the time, yeah.
Yeah, same.
These same folks, even though they're considered casuals, they don't have 78 games digitally downloaded in their PS5, PS4, Xbox One.
They only got like 1, 3, maybe 4 max, and you see it on their PSN profiles, like level 4s, level 3s, level 5s, and they mostly play like the Fortnites and Call of Duties or Battlefields,
maybe 2Ks, maybe a wrestling game, maybe they'll get one of the big AAA Sony exclusives,
right? But it's not all. It's like very rare or scarce in terms of the AAA. They always.
So these same people, you got to remember now. Again, and I always talk about this about Forte. Forte is notorious and very dominant about saying he believes at least 30 million Xbox 360 players that were casuals went over to the cool system in the PlayStation 4 for price and power.
All
right. The same thing, and I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying that the potential of Sony not talking about next generation on the simple fact that they still have an amazing 2020 lined up. I mean, no one's denying that. But if you keep talking about the old system, the people, because you got to remember, Jim Ryan, what did he say, dude? He said that it was in their best interest to get the PlayStation 5 adoption rate the highest the company has ever seen, meaning that they wanted to transition
they want to be seamless
PlayStation 4 players to the PlayStation 5. If you don't talk about it, they're not coming over.
Okay. Well, like we said earlier, again, now obviously yesterday, what happened yesterday? Boom, Microsoft was trending, and they were trending all over Twitter. And like I said on Breakfast with Boom, Sony did that with just a logo. Ironically, it's this logo on the screen, and they did it with just this logo. And so people know PS5's coming, but the thing is, we just don't know what it looks like. This is the mystery behind PS5. We don't know what it looks like. We don't know what the control looks like, but we do have somewhat of an idea of what's inside of it, courtesy of the Wired interview with Mark Cerny. And that's pretty much it that we've gotten. And, the anticipation is still there. And that's, again, like, people want that. And it's hard to really say when we'll get it, I mean, the last event, and I did a video on this, but the last event that was actually supposedly confirmed was for Tokyo Game Show. And that's
they're
the
both
only
going to be there.
Yeah. And that's the only thing. And that they're going to be a huge part of TGS 2020. And if that's the only event we got so far, then it kind of makes you wonder, so are you going to just drop everything at you know what I'm saying? Is TGS going to be your event where you where you treat it like the February conference, where you drop every single thing from pricing, design, you know what I'm saying, looks, specifications? Is this it, or are you planning something earlier? Now, Sony did say hundreds of events they were going to be attending, so I'm wondering, were they like referring to like state of plays. I remember that was the first thing that came to my mind. Because remember, state of plays are just now starting to take over. They're starting to take they're starting to take off. People are starting to tune in more. So I'm wondering what state of play.
They're nice 14 to 7 minute snippets.
Yeah,
and they're packed with content. I mean, maybe the content's not for everybody. And to be honest with you, they've had some that have been kind of duddy.
Oh yeah.
But for the most part, you're getting at least in the last few. The last 3 minutes has always been like a real banger, right? Like it's always been Final Fantasy 7, Ghost of Tsushima. You got a little snippet of that. So I mean, it's well produced. Again, not every game is probably going to be for every gamer, and I say that all the time, and that's fine. But at least it's something.
Yeah, it's something. And me and Forte were saying, because Forte said something I could not believe. I still can't believe you said that live in front of these people, but you said, I'm actually almost excited for the next Inside Xbox with this new Microsoft. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. I know, I ain't knocking your excitement. Let me tell you something, though. For these new Xbox shows, these Inside Xbox shows, we need more than just the beautiful Kate Yeager to carry that show. We need actual content.
Need more than white gloves too.
Yeah, we need more than white gloves and Kate Yeager. We need actual announcements that actually, you know what I'm saying, scream that you're worthy of our time. Because most of these Inside Xbox shows, I always call them parody shows because they always be making these ridiculous jokes and it's cringy. It comes off as not natural. I never look at Inside Xbox as a show like, you know what, I gotta tune in. Yeah, I never look at it like that.
But guess what? You're going to be a little bit more heightened awareness at this next one because Microsoft can just drop anything. That's mostly what I'm thinking about. Just what's Microsoft going to do next?
Well, and here's the thing about Inside Xbox too as well. They could do that, or they can do the opposite and treat Inside Xbox for strictly Xbox One to phase out Xbox One. Yeah, to phase it out.
It could be. You're right.
That might be the case. They might phase out Xbox One with it first, and then we won't start seeing Xbox Series X like focus shows until after the console launches, so the day after the launch, maybe. We'll see it. But I think those what those shows are really going to be like, or mostly going to be about.
So, yeah. So. I got to defend my man Boom on something here. Andrew Wilkins, I guess he's just on my crosshairs today.
Oh, before you got the Andrew,
how can Boom prefer Xbox when he says he's neutral on weapon wheel? So
who the hell said neutral?
Let me unpack this a little bit for you. There is a difference from having a preference to being a neutral gamer when it comes to certain things. Now, I get it because sometimes I'm on a show with Boom and I think Boom goes completely fanboy for Xbox sometimes. And I get it because he's excited. But when you're always taking incoming fire from the opposite side, you always come off as you're a fanboy of something because he tries to be fair. He wants to say, I like what Microsoft is doing. They're doing some of the good things. They're doing things for their gamers that the other platform isn't doing right now. And he always talks about how he loves his PlayStation. I mean, the dude has more trophies and a higher trophy score than most people that's probably talking to him at this point. And that's the thing that's the thing that people don't realize. So if you are always coming at him with negative connotations,
you're going to get negativity back.
You're going to get negativity back because it's not that he feels like he has to defend Xbox, but if he believes in something and feels like they're going in a great direction, it's going to come off as a person that say, dude, come on now. Xbox is doing everything great, which comes off as being an apologist, which I can definitely say he's not. So think about that whenever somebody comes at you and says PlayStation's trash, PlayStation's broke. Yep. Oh, PlayStation's going to be sold in the next 3 years, and you say, "What the hell are you talking about?" And you get a little in your feelings about it because you don't think that's the case. So think about that next time when you want to go into somebody else's chat or someone else's Twitter line, their feed, and say the things that you're saying.
Oh, dude, nah, that's perfect. At the yesterday, oh Lord,
here's the thing: everyone's entitled to their opinion. But I can guarantee effing. I won't curse on your show because now
you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
I will guarantee that I got more games than you do.
This ain't PG-13.
I have over 200 games. No. I mean, listen. I have almost a 13 level in trophies. Now, I'm sorry to say, you can't trip over the sidewalk and get that kind of trophy level. Now, sure, do I have a shit ton of platinums? No,
but you play a lot of games.
I don't necessarily go for the platinums. I went for the platinum Spider-Man because I love that game.
Yep. There's between like a lot of people like to a lot of people like put me on a pedestal when it comes to platinums. Now, here's something you gotta know about Big Cloud. Appreciate it. But one thing you gotta know about me, when I platinum games, I don't do it for like no X amount of thing. I just do it because I enjoyed the game. Like if I really, really enjoyed the game, I will go the extra mile, and actually play everything. Yeah, I'll do all the other stuff. Some people just do them for the sake of doing them because they want to seem credible. They go through them for like, some people do it for YouTube channels. I kid you not. Like they're like walkthrough channels you can look up on YouTube that do all this stuff. I don't do all that, but I do play a lot of these games and platinum them because I enjoy them. Resident Evil 3, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't care how many hours. That's gonna be another platinum for me. So that's how I be. But again, not everybody's gonna go and put that type of effort into games, and it's fine. One thing I can tell you, after all the years of platinum chasing that I have done, I can tell you right now, platinums don't really do anything for your profile. They don't increase your profile in no tremendous way. No, what increases your what increases your level is just you playing the games and actually getting.
Oh, guess what though? Microsoft has given you a reason to want to get trophies and get it. I mean, not trophies, but achievements. Because if you're on Xbox, you can literally log in with your Xbox Rewards account and make money by playing Xbox games. Dude, I already have 73,000 points. Do you know how much money? That's $75 off of whatever I want to get.
Wow, so they're monetizing achievements.
Yeah, they're monetizing achievements.
That's good. That's good. That's cool.
Do it. Remember, it used to only be tied to the to your cell phone and to the browser.
I do remember.
Now they have it baked into your system, and you can literally do quests each week, each day in your system, and get money for playing your games.
So basically, Game Pass will never run out.
Yeah, because it's called Game Pass.
Do you know how many people actually say that all the time? Like, I haven't paid for Game Pass yet. I keep getting points.
So there you go. So,
right, keep getting
points, get out of your points. And also, that might explain why Sony, y'all remember the PlayStation Celebration thing that's going around? And it's a PlayStation Celebration thing they announced where like you can use your achievements to qualify for this like real life trophy. Did y'all see that? Like it's a platinum trophy.
I have not seen that, but that would be one of the trophies.
It's pretty cool.
You should definitely qualify for that, dude.
Yeah, it's like here's the thing. It's like a shit ton required. I ain't gonna be honest, it's a shit ton of trophies. But they want you to have all these trophies and go through it, but for like a realistic replica of the platinum trophy thing that you see on PlayStation. So that was pretty
dope,
cool.
Man. That's dope. If you can actually have one of those, like if you actually earned that, and that would be.
Oh, dude, I would unbox that immediately. That would be like on the shelf.
You put on your mantle, and you're proud of that, man. That's kind of dope. I like that.
Yeah, they should do more like that, stuff like that, like honor. I would say not necessarily. I don't want to say hardcore gamers, right? Because we're all gamers, we're all play games. But I would say honor those that actually like fully commit to some of these games. Do that. That'd be cool to do something for all of them. But they never really announce it. They never really do stuff like that. So that's weird. 5 euros or £5 from Nitrous, and he says, according to casuals, they prefer a better performing system, even if the difference is 900 to 1080p. E3 2013, Digital Foundry 2013, Sony confused. That's what he said for the super chat. I appreciate it. Somebody else put another one, if I'm not mistaken.
Mega Davo says Xbox is trash, gentlemen.
Yeah, I see it in my. I had to go to my OBS to find it.
Thanks for putting it in color. That's how I was able to find it. Because other than that, I would have just.
King David always says he don't talk unless it's color.
Right. You see, I can't see through these thick glasses unless it's in color. But the funny thing is the thing people don't realize, honestly, they keep talking about how Sony's going to win the next generation when the next generation has already been won by a platform that's already been out for 2 years because they're in their 9th generation now.
Yeah.
They don't know that though, Wait till that Switch Pro comes out and those.
I'm still waiting for the official Pro.
That's not going to come out until after these systems are out. Yeah,
after these systems come out.
They're not going to do it because it makes no sense now. I mean, I remember did we talk about this for a day? We was like, okay, I can see them doing it. I can see them doing it this year. I think we all were like, yeah, we're all in. It's this year, but it was like now that we think about it with the lights, because they just announced the light. We were like, okay, I don't know, because I was like, I think I said because I didn't think the light was going to be. I wasn't expecting the light to sell this many, right? Not in this record
coming
time.
Out with new colors.
I was not expecting it this fast. But the light is like what, 50 million so far now sold?
Yeah, it's close. It might
close
be
close to 50, maybe over.
They passed Xbox like 3-4 weeks ago. So at this point,
it's up there.
They average about anywhere from
the frauding that's going on. Let me read the super chat. Andrew Wilkins dropped $5 super chat. He says, Forte, boom lies, saying that PSN is constantly goes down when lie's been down more this gen. No defending the fraud template Xbox people do for views and whatever. Listen, I can't remember the actual last time I even mentioned PSN.
You mind if I interject here? Because I'm a witness to it every Friday. Let me tell you something, Andrew. I guess you're probably going over stuff maybe said in the past, but as someone who's done Breakfast with Boom with this dude for how long have I done Breakfast with Boom?
Got to be over a year now.
Down there a year. Breakfast with Boom. I have not heard him say anything about PS or anything. One thing I can tell you about Mr. Boom here, and the reason why I like doing the show with Boom is that it's very consistent when it comes to what truly matters. Sure, we'll talk about PS. Sure, we'll talk about like the power, or we'll talk about specs or upcoming patents. Right? We'll talk about this, but really. Well, the main thing that the show always ends on and it's more consistent with is the games.
I mean, Friday's show is already written, and 2 out of the 5 topics are Sony related.
Yeah.
If I hated on Sony, would I spend 3 days a week up past midnight writing about Sony products or topics? It just doesn't make any sense. These people.
Well, people don't watch what I see, and this is something I deal with, and I told you that you're gonna deal with as well. People will spend more time reading the headline more so than watching the content. You get what I'm saying? They'll see a headline and go, "Okay, the show is strictly about this," versus actually watching and listening. That's the thing.
Right.
That's really that's the problem.
I go off. I think it's DVLD. It says, "Boom, where are you from? You have a cool accent." I am from New York.
That's from New York. That's the New York accent. That's that New York accent. That dude.
If you want to hear it more, go check out the channel.
Let me just say this real quick. First of all, look, and I truly mean this. If you are a Sony gamer, that's awesome. If that's the only console you want to support, man, you're playing games. That's awesome. But I do have to say that I think putting yourself in a box and closing yourself off to the other gaming entities that are out there, you really sell yourself short as a gamer. Because, opening yourself up to the ability, and again, I wanted to say this as before I go any further. Gaming is an expensive hobby. And listen, I don't have money to burn. But I find a way by making adult choices that some of the medium AA games, maybe I don't buy them initially like I used to when I used to work overtime just for gaming. But if there's a way that you can find that you can legally, let me just say that, support.
Yes,
all
get
3
that out
consoles.
there.
I'll say I can get you free games right now. It's called pirating. We can pirate.
Don't do that. Don't be pirating. If there's a way that you can figure out to support the PlayStation, the Xbox, and the Switch, you open yourself up to so many experiences that that completely wipes away the console war shenanigans.
Yeah,
it really does. And again, if you look at the way I play games. Now, I have almost 1,000 games on the Xbox on 14 terabytes, right? On the Xbox One X that I have right now. I have about 250 games to my PlayStation 4. I have the Pro. I have the God of War Collector's Edition 1, right? Most of my game playing on the Switch and on the PlayStation 4 are there console exclusives? That's the way it's always been. I've played all of Microsoft's exclusives, but I play all of my third-party games there because of my friends list, because of the Elite controller, because of I've invested. I'm almost by the end of the year I'll hit 300,000 in my gamer score. Okay, nice. I don't know if I'm ever going to hit a level 25 trophies, but I'm going to keep, whatever first party game comes out that I enjoy, I'm going to play it.
I mean, you're up there.
So if you are a PlayStation guy or gal, you don't have to live with this mantra of because it's green or it's another box, I hate you. Try something different. Try playing an Xbox. They're dirt cheap. Open yourself to different experiences, and I can guarantee, man, you're gonna enjoy gaming a heck of a lot more.
Yeah.
So let's give some stats here, because somebody just said, and I agree. Dave-O just says, and he does a super chat, says PC, PS4, Switch is all you need.
You
and
know you agree. You
are not wrong, sir. Absolutely, you are not wrong, because you don't need to have an Xbox because you can play those games on PC. Yeah. But let me give you a stat, because I'm on the great Steam right now, because they give you a window into pretty much everybody that plays on PC. So as of right now, 16 RAMs is the most popular thing on Steam at 38%. GPU, the CPUs are running at 3.3, pretty good, 21%. The graphics card in that system on average is a 1060. Now you tell me, are these new systems going to be more powerful than that 1060 on a PC? I don't even know what the whole threshold of these systems are, but I can guarantee you it's more than the 1060. 8 gigs of VRAM. These new systems are coming with 12 gigs of VRAM, and the primary display resolution is 1920 by 1080. You will be able to run on both these systems at 1440p, with no compromise at all, basically, when it comes to what they're doing with these new systems. And the reason I say that is because, yes, you don't have to do this if you're a PC gamer, but when it's going to be more cost effective for you to go out and upgrade to get a better graphics card, to get a better CPU, to get more RAM, or to go out and buy a $500 or $600 system that gives you all those things without the headache of having a PC. As much as I love PC gaming, it's a headache sometimes.
Oh yeah. We deal with it all the time. Yeah.
And unless you are already in at the ground floor, like if I didn't have this PC that I have now, and this PC has been built, like upgraded and everything over the course of years, like 6-7 years, it's just I do it in spurts.
Wait, why are we frauding here? You only upgraded it once. You only changed the graphic card.
Well, that's what I did recently, but the CPU and stuff.
I'll mess with you.
Right, the CPU got changed out 2 years ago. And that's what I need to do next. But if I didn't have this, it would be more cost effective for me to go out and buy an Xbox, because if I want to play Xbox games at the best fidelity that I can, a 1060 would be okay. But if you want to play it the way that people on a console were playing it, that's not going to be it. So that's what people need to really think about. If you don't care about the glitz and glamour, if you want your PlayStation games to look better than your PC for your Xbox games, then go ahead, play your games on that PC. But if you want to have the same experience that you're going to have on PlayStation, but on Xbox with those games too, then go out and buy an Xbox. But you don't have to, but that is the reason you should do it if you're not in a position to have a PC already, or one that's good enough or better than what the system's coming out with at this point.
Yeah. It goes back to we said this again, but like pretty much next gen consoles, PS5, before we even got PS5 and Series, as we said, they're basically turning into beefy laptops. They're pretty much turning into laptops that you just plug them on. That's just basically what these next gen systems are. They're laptops, and they have all the features of a laptop, just with a little bit more. Like, for example, the rest mode was the new one that pretty much solidified the deal, was it not? That was pretty much solidified the deal.
Impatient Fire says advantage of PC isn't the graphics card, it's freedom to play how you want. PC will always be better than Xbox for this reason. Once again, You are right, but with context, because what happens? Okay, so right now we already know of what 2 games that came from PS4 to PC.
We got Neo went to PC.
Neo and Detroit Become Human with the PC.
Yeah, those are natively strictly.
Yeah. What happens if Horizon, and like I said, until
we're all going to PC,
I believe it's going to happen, but I'm not going to be in hyperbole and say it until it actually happens.
Yeah,
but what happens when that game finally does come to PC? Then what are you going to say when all those PlayStation games start coming over there? Yeah. Are we going to say that PC's better than PS4 too? I mean, you got to be careful in the things that you say, because that stuff can be held against you in the court of somebody's podcast later on.
Oh, you already know that's gonna. Yeah, look at you! Look at him putting out warnings, but
I'm just like, dude. I'm just saying, man. You know,
are you a fool? You gonna say it's gonna be used on a podcast?
There's people out here taking snapshots and
you is a fool. Look at him. He screenshot the comment. I swear to God, he screenshot the comment. I'm not even joking. That's what he do. He be screenshot. But
look, man. I know slow mo's in the chat right now, man. It's slow mo's.
Oh, you know slow mo is screenshot and put them in the folder.
You know he got him in the folder. He learned from the best.
Oh God, there you go.
You took that ace away, and then you pull it out when it's needed. Listen, gentlemen. I don't want to ruin your show, man. I can see there's a lot of people in here that have a distaste for Mr. Boomstick, so that's fine. That's fine. Listen, you're not gonna win everybody over.
Yeah, I mean it's everywhere. I get on Breakfast with Boom. Got the weirdos. I get the weirdos.
It is what it is. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Whatever. But listen, thanks for letting me pop in here for about half an hour. It's been great. Obviously, anytime you can talk about games, it's great. But like I said, we have a great show planned for Friday's Breakfast with Boom. I have 2 big Sony topics I cannot wait to dig into that we actually were supposed to talk about last night. There's only so much time in the show.
Show last night. That was a great show.
Everybody told me you guys did good yesterday. Who was the special guest?
It was great. Yeah, we had for 643 in the chat.
Oh, okay. Who was the guest? Who was on there with you?
We had Bobby Hood, and we also had Brian and Chris from Work to Game.
Wow, that's awesome. Okay, that's awesome.
Those guys are legit. And next week, it looks as if we have confirmed for Primetime Gaming. Not only are we going to have the Dreamcast guy on, we're going to have Optimus Code.
Optimus Code.
Yeah, Optimus Code is going to be on as well. So we're going to have 2 outstanding guests for next week's Primetime Gaming. So. I mean, listen, folks, everyone enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy gaming anywhere you enjoy gaming. And thanks, guys, for having me on for a little bit. Really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm going to have to get you on a one-on-one for sure. I got this Xbox 4 for 8 for tomorrow, but I'm going to have to schedule something for you for sure. Get some going for everybody in the chat. But do appreciate you coming through, Boom. Thank you.
No problem, man. Anytime. Listen, like I said, hopefully you didn't lose numbers when I got in on the show.
Oh, dude, no, dude.
No, you just made them more money when you came in. That's all.
There you go.
Listen, again, we only see color, right? I learned that from David.
You see color. Y'all crazy.
Take care, guys. I'll see you later.
All right, man. See you Friday. So shout out to Cali Rex. He sent me a link to Star Wars. Star Wars what is this? Star Wars Star Wars The High Republic.
Is that a book?
It looks like what is this? Hold up. Yeah, I'll put it in the chat. I'll put it in the chat on
Is it a game?
I don't know. Let me see. Is this a game? Hold up. Star Wars The High Republic, ladies and gentlemen. There's the link. What is this? Go back to my screen.
Oh, this is a game.
Star Wars.
Who's making this? Man,
set 200 years prior to the events of Star Wars, The Phantom Menace, The Galactic Republic, and Jedi Order are at their height. Are these Jedi? Oh my God. Okay. Hold on. Featuring brand new stories from 5 authors set in all new era. As long as it's not the damn era we're about to head into now. That's if they're going to continue. For God's sakes, don't. I'm not liking it.
Yeah, please
just don't
go back into the old Republic and just.
No, I'm talking about after that movie. Oh my God.
Oh no, we don't acknowledge
we,
that.
We can't go there. We can't do that.
Nope, I agree.
Oh, this might actually be good. Just a little, okay. All right, cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
I had to look into this.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do some more research on this. Kel Kestis was a cool character. The last time we got, he was a cool character. But that's cool. But moving on back to this, man. Let's get into the last, I guess, topic, because we pretty much we got it good. You know what I'm saying? That's good. Good. Everybody pitched in there. Let's go into the final one, because you already know this is happening. You already know we're about to go into another era, and the fact that dude's using a virus that could potentially become an epidemic to push a console war, God only knows what we're going to get from the inevitable console war that we're going to get for PS5 and Series X. So, what you thinking? What you thinking? I mean, honestly, I remember I thought, especially coming from this gen going into next one, I thought people would learn that, what truly matters or what is going to be the main thing that matters in the end, right? After last night and after the way people been acting, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know, man. I think things might be getting a lot worse in 2021 with the next gen.
I just didn't think that it could get worse than it was this gen, but I guess. I mean, there's always new fanboys born every day, so.
Yep.
Once they get old enough to get an iPad or a phone in their hand, then I mean, I guess we got to deal with them then.
Boy, it's another era of toxicity and stupidity, and I already know, man. I don't know how to react, man. I really don't know how to react. Do you think Sony will react with some info? I can see them doing it. The question is when, right? And
they're
definitely going to do it. Just we don't know.
Yeah. I mean, they put out like I said, the whole top hat tweet and everything. I mean, it's
giving credit.
I mean, giving credit and stuff. So they trust me, Sony. They're listening. They know they want to say something. But I said this on Primetime yesterday. There's no Jack Trenton. There's no Sean Layden. There's no Andrew House. There's no Shane Boyles. These are the people that were synonymous that everybody this generation for PlayStation looked at, and none of those people are there. We have Jim Ryan, Mr. I'm trying to protect the kids. That's who we have. That's who we are. That's who we are looking for to give us news about.
I like his strategy, because remember the strat was Sony's original strat when Sean, he wanted a game for one exclusive for each quarter.
Yes,
that's what his strategy was. And Jim's strategy now, especially since he's they obviously they're a worldwide brand, but they're globalized now, where it's one direction. It's no longer split depending upon the divisions. So remember how Sony UK was responsible for their own exclusives, Sony Japan, their exclusives. Now they're all going for their own mantra here. So with that being said, I remember Jim saying he wanted more exclusives out there on the market,
Yeah.
Versus.
Well, this is the thing I like about
less.
Jim. As much as I like this, why I like it, and I'm just poking fun because the man said he wanted to protect the kids during the whole Fortnite thing. I thought that was funny, and I will always laugh at that. But this is what I do like about what Jim Ryan's doing. He was the CFO of the company before he took over. Yeah. He completely turned around Sony during the PS3 era. The stuff that he financed, the stuff to get that stuff off the ground with The Last of Us and Uncharted and everything like that, God of War, getting all those things into the hopper was his doing. He was the person that paid those checks. Yeah. And then he's also the person that's going to be making these global moves. He's the one that probably brokered this deal with Microsoft to be a part of the Azure cloud network and stuff, because he sees he sees the
he's not stupid. He sees the market.
He's not stupid.
No company wants to be left out of a market that could potentially bring in more revenue. That's just like dumb business wise sense.
That's what I think. Yeah, so I think him in general is probably the best for the for where Sony's going now.
Yeah,
I think he is the best person for the job because he's going to be thinking about maybe for some Sony fans they don't like that because they're going to be thinking in lines of how can we become more profitable.
Right.
But dude, these games are expensive, man. It's like, when I hear Halo, as much as and I want Halo to be great, but when I hear Halo costs $500 million to make, that's more than what Star Wars took to make, bro. More than Star Wars takes to make.
Hell, that's more than that's true. That's more than what Sony spent on Insomniac.
Oh, that's 2 times the
amount.
That's 2 times. Exactly. So when I hear that, and when you got a game that's that big and ambitious, that's what happens. And think about it, Destiny, same thing. $500 million to get that game off the ground. I would say that Bungie did well for themselves. Some people don't like the game, some people can't stand it, but it's the one game that still stands, and I would think it's probably the best game that came out when it comes to shooters, like open world shooters this generation. It's been a blueprint for a bunch of other games, but games are expensive, man. So he got to find a way to monetize Sony in different ways, and I think he's the best person at place for that.
Yeah,
but Sony just has to. They have to say something because people want to know what's going on and they want to know what they're going to be spending their money on. Like, even if you're going to buy the PlayStation 5, you want to know what you're spending it on. Like, what am I getting? Maybe you want to fight this console war a little harder than you fighting it now because you want to have
some bragging rights. Yeah.
You want to have the proof. And I understand that. We all make content on our channels and stuff, and people want to go out there and say, "Hey, it's confirmed. Sony is going to destroy Microsoft because these are the specs." I get that, but you know what? Until Sony gives it to you, you just gotta wait.
Yeah. That's true. Dude saying Sony hasn't announced any games for PS5. Now, this is what cracks me up because we dealt with this yesterday. Dude's like, what games does Sony announced for PlayStation 5? Have they even gone into detail for PS5?
They haven't even gone into detail about PlayStation 5.
They haven't gone into detail for PS5. So, of course, there's no games aside from what? Godfall. Why are we doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are we even getting here? Like, I'm just like, stop. Like, it's ridiculous. And then it gets even more stupid. Oh, and Herman Hulst. I forgot. Herman Hulst took over Sean's spot.
Yeah, but Jim.
But he's overseen by Jim.
He oversees everything.
Yeah, Jim's overseeing it.
They still got to just like Phil Spencer got to go talk to Sadia about that money. Like, hey, that money don't just show up in the Xbox's pocket.
Right. They gotta go counsel. Pretty much.
I mean, he's just one step closer. Before he had to go through Jesus Christ, he had to go through Terry Myerson, which was a joke.
Yeah. I can see okay, so in terms of events, I can see stuff like Paris Games Week, Gamescom being a way bigger for Sony now because of Herman Hulst. Because remember, Herman Hulst is fluent in not only Japanese but French and German. So
so this is the thing. When do you think it's too? There's never too late.
Yeah, it's never too late. Like
there's never too late. But when do you think it's a point that, like, what's the breaking point that they need to at least talk about something? Because I can understand not talking about the price because you might be waiting for something.
Right. You want to wait for that advantage. That's the whole trick.
Show the freaking box to people. So for you, what is the point where you're like, come on, Sony, this is ridiculous? When is that point for you?
If I would, okay, my original, because remember we all were like, okay, February, because remember they came out and said that the PS5 event or reveal was going to be very similar to the past. Remember that? Like they said that recently. So I was thinking, okay, maybe February, but as you clearly know, we haven't got nothing. We're in February. We're the 25th of February, that is, and we haven't got a single update for February. So
there is a leap. It is a leap year. They got one extra day.
Yeah. So so one extra day. So nothing so far. But what I would say, usually I was really putting faith in March. That's what I was putting faith in. Maybe March that we'll get something. But if it's not March, April will be the breaking point. If there's nothing in April.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Yeah, because as much as Sony wants to wait for Microsoft to announce whatever, I don't think you're going to get price for Microsoft until E3. And at that point, I think
it'd be foolish to not even have at least shown what the damn console looks like or some games by that point, exactly. Like you could do all this stuff. You can do what you did with Drive Club back in 2013. Remember how they showed you the gameplay? They showed you the inside of the car and all the details. You can do all this like what Microsoft's supposedly planning to do, and then obviously reveal what people really want, which is the price as well. So again, you can do all that. So
they can do it. I agree with that. April would be. He said, "No, Sony has to do something."
It's like Sony, E3. Okay.
They have to do something by E3. I agree with that, Slumma, 100%. I just think right now the more Microsoft says, the more they talk, the more, and this used to be a bad thing for Microsoft, and they turned it into a positive. That's why I congratulate them on the complete 180 on what they were doing before, because it was once upon a time we didn't want Microsoft to talk because everything they said was just
ridiculous, and it was putting them in a bad thing, especially when it was especially if we go back to what you're hyped for inside Xbox. They go, oh, get ready for some upcoming updates on that. You know what I'm saying? Get some great updates and all this. So you're like, okay, cool. We show up. All we see is Kate Yeager, which you already know how I feel about. Okay, I ain't gonna say it. But anyway, we saw Kate Yeager.
In real life, man, it's as advertised.
Oh, I know. I bet too. You got Kate Yeager, and then you got the cringy dude who I don't even care. He's always on the side. And you got Major Nelson playing around with the white gloves. He's just so random. I'm just saying he don't do shit for the show. He just random. Like he just in there. He's like there for scenery. All right, let me stop. Let me stop.
Man, every woman out.
He'd be there just for the sake of being there.
He's like he's just scenery.
He don't do nothing.
Just a good view.
He don't do nothing. He don't do nothing for the show.
Hey man.
Fucking dude, like he always just says some of the most cringy shit. Like, dog, are you serious? That dude, man. Oh no.
With you.
You know you feel the same. Let even try. You know what
I'm saying? I'm not.
That fool is scenery. That dude is scenery. He serves no purpose on that damn show. Stop.
I'm just waiting for you to say if you was some girls out there that's like, yeah, he's scenery. He a tall drink of water or some shit.
Luca.
I was like, what the Luca?
That's Luca.
Well, she does say Phil Spencer's the snack.
Exactly. There you go. So I don't know. There you go.
Oh, Basic Radio Podcast in the building. What's up, brother?
What's up, Enrique? Shout out to Vedger for the 119 SEK. Sony isn't here to market PS5, partly to be a part of the conversation for 12 months. Sony will come out huge with global PS5 marketing in September, and that noise for 4 months will kill everything else. Oh, that noise for September.
September, man. If they start marketing in September, half
September
the world will be know about
weird. That's a little like okay. So if this is where I would take from that, right? If Microsoft never really like added anything else from yesterday, right? And we just got and we just going off of what happened from the Game Awards, I would say sure. Right, I would say sure. September makes sense because remember, we didn't really know much about Series X, did we not? We didn't really know half the stuff. Now we got 2/3 of the puzzle, so that's more pressure on them. Waiting to September, even with huge marketing, that's just not enough. By that
point, Xbox Series X will be pre-orderable. And people will have a legit reason to put money down because by that time, everything about the Xbox Series X will be out in the open. By that time.
Yeah.
And you're basically saying, well, we're going to wait till September and let's hope that the 109 million people just stick with us.
Oh, dude, I agree with all of you guys in the chat. Like, for example, I agree with Sean. He says the more Microsoft talks about Xbox, the more potential ammunition they give Sony in order to find a way to counter them. And also, I agree with SMG. He said, Ryan, all it takes is one good marketing campaign. Now, we don't even have to go back like to 2013. Do you remember what was it? Greatness Awaits. Before we got Greatness Awaits, it was actually it was Greatness Awaits, but dude came out and he had all the characters like on the screen. They were fighting. Remember that? He's like, "Who are you to deny greatness?" You know that guy. Yep. All that. Then they came out with the Perfect Day trailer. So they had a lot of stuff working with. They had their marketing on point. I expect their marketing to be even greater than it was. It has to be, you know? The question is, what's going to be the tagline? It can't be Greatness Awaits. So what is it? Greatness has arrived? Maybe that's the tagline.
But this is the difference. This is the big difference, though. They were dealing with an inept Microsoft in 2013 that completely fumbled everything they had to offer with that system. If they would have, man, look, they are going into this one eyes wide open. The only thing that can fail them now is pricing the system way out of
right. You don't want to go into that price. That's really the fear everybody has. Let's just keep it real. The fear is that damn price point, even for Series X. I don't see Microsoft going 600. I don't see it. That was the first thing I said to myself. I'm like, how much is this damn thing? How much is this damn thing really going to cost? But then I said to myself, I mean, both systems can take a loss on the hardware and bring it to 5. So it's not like it's going to be 6. Speed
that they finally announced. I mean, just looking at what they've shown so far, it's hard for me to believe this system's $500. But that's the magical price that can move systems. I mean, they pretty much validated that with at least a quarter, if not more, of their systems selling at a $500 price point. You know, so it's fine.
You know, for a lot of people, $500 is an L to Xbox. Believe it or not, I saw Kofi put out, you know, is he wrong, dude? Because a lot of people do feel like that. They go like $500 is an L for Microsoft. They shouldn't have it at 500. It should be at 4. And I'm like, honestly though, that might be the case, and that's where Lockhart would play a factor. And the thing about Lockhart, we haven't heard nothing about Lockhart, have we not? We haven't heard nothing. So maybe that's the big surprise. You think maybe that they would say for E3? That could be the next reveal. That could be their saving grace for hardware, because you already know hardware usually outdoes anything software at these E3 shows. Like everybody talks about the hardware first, you know. So maybe it's a Lockhart, and that'll be their thing. But I don't know. It's so much you can go off of there. Let's say.
No, it's an interesting conversation that will be had across every spectrum of gaming when it comes to Xbox and PlayStation. People really don't like the idea of 2 system approaches because they feel like it confuses the market and the buying base. But for me, if you got one system at 500 and one at 4, I'm an informed consumer. I want to know what the difference is. Yeah. Even if that system's $600, why is this system $200 more than this one? And I'm expecting to be, you know, educated on that. I'm not just going to spend $600 to spend $600. Exactly. That's what people keep, you know, not realizing. But ultimately, the ball is in Sony's court right now. Microsoft is doing what they need to do to be relevant day by day, and I still hold firm to the fact that Sony can drop random news on a Tuesday like today or Wednesday like tomorrow and completely take over the news cycle like Microsoft has been doing. The only difference is now Microsoft has decided that they're taking pages out of Sony's playbook, because that news they dropped yesterday was straight out of PlayStation's handbook.
It was. It's so random.
Random news.
Even when they announced it. Yeah, even when they announced the February event, you remember it was just so all of a sudden. It wasn't even like a planned or scheduled thing. It was like, hey, tune in this day for the future. And we're like, huh? Yeah, so that was quick. Yeah, they were smart.
And Microsoft didn't even tell you to tune in anything. They just dropped
they dropped everything.
They just dropped the tweet.
It's like the Wired article.
Yeah, they just dropped the Wired article. Let's just put this out there for everybody to see. And Sony's going to do the same thing. The only problem, like I said, I have with Sony right now is I just want to know more, because it's interesting how both these systems or both these platform holders are taking different approaches to how they're going to attack next generation. We know Microsoft is going at it from a services point of view, even knowing they are selling a box that's going to, 90% chance of being the most powerful, because we, don't want to speak in hyperbole, because I don't want to be screenshot on somebody's podcast saying that it's actually going to be that, So Sony hasn't come out and said it, so no one really knows.
Exactly.
But we do know that the new Xbox is going to be 12 teraflops, and that is more than what we know about the PlayStation. Yep. And being a person that loves to know about things that are happening in the industry that he loves and enjoys to play in, it's just natural to want to know more about what the competition is doing. And until we get that, this narrative that Sony is taking too long is going to continue, right or wrong. It's just going to continue until they finally say something. But Sony, they're big boys. Yep. They'll find a reason to have their fans super excited. If I was you, I wouldn't even worry about what PlayStation's doing, because you should be worried about Final Fantasy coming out in April.
Oh, you can go through with that Final Fantasy. It's all about the Resident Evil 3.
Well, that's not exclusive. You can get that anywhere.
That's you want to go with exclusives?
I'm just talking about exclusives. I'm not talking about
Neo 2. No hype for Neo 2.
Oh, Neo 2. Well, that's already. Did that come out already?
Next month. That's next month.
Oh, that's next month?
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
It is so, be hyped for Neo 2 if you enjoyed the first one. Be hyped for Final Fantasy if you enjoy Final Fantasy 7, because I played the demo. It's pretty incredible.
You had the hands-on. Yeah, you played it before me.
Yeah, I got the hands-on. Be hyped for Last of Us.
So how you feel about it being 100 gigs?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Because if that's just Midgard, right? You're just a Midgard.
That's just Midgard.
So if Midgard's 100 gigs, how big's the whole collection going to be?
How much is the collection going to be is the question.
Was it $60 already?
Each?
Oh shit! I forgot about that. Yeah.
Three games. They say over 3 games, so $180 to play the original experience, but in a different way.
Yeah, like a crazy update.
I was just saying, man. It's not like
look at this sellout slow, but also it don't matter. I'm buying coffee.
It don't matter. I'm buying all of it. I agree. And guess what? Slow-mo is an Xbox. He's a Xbox fan, and guess what he's doing? He ain't waiting for nothing. He said this on every podcast. I don't care if it was coming out on a calculator. I'm playing it day one on PlayStation, and that's it. That's all that matters.
Hey, there you go. Perfect Image, $2 super chat. Appreciate it. He says, I got an email from GameStop and Sony taking time. Okay. Appreciate it. But nah, it's almost like, I got to have that experience. So you got your.
Man. That's that premium experience right there, man.
I don't know. Was y'all part of the fake outrage over Tifa?
Oh, no.
We going there?
Not me. I'm good. I don't get mad at none of this stuff, man. This is all trivial.
It was bad over Tifa. Or they try to say Resident Evil 3 was downgraded. It's like, dude tried the dumbest shit for clicks. Let me tell you. It's ridiculous.
Hey, man, this all goes back to, Watergate, Puddlegate, Grassgate. People find this is the funny thing. What's going to be the next meme of the generation? All of these systems are going to run 1440p or better, 60 frames per second or better. But what is the meme going to be for next generation? Because I'm just looking forward to who's going to come up with something so clever that I didn't even think of this.
Maybe Strugglegate. I don't know. They're struggling to get 8K. Maybe I don't know.
Wait, the first game that comes out of being 8K. And
it's got to be 8. It's got to be
reasonable
8K.
Frame rate.
It's like, there you go. They're like, okay, hey, Microsoft said it's 8K or PlayStation said it's 8K.
Oh, you might.
The game comes out and it's running like PUBG.
You might want to correct that because Slow-Mo is saying Resident Evil 3 is downgraded ? So you might want to tell him you were just playing when you said that.
Oh, dude, you want proof? Or you want the person who said that? And here, I'll give him a plug. I don't watch his channel. I mean, I watch his channel.
Did he really say that it got downgraded?
Not only did he say it's downgraded, I think a lot of you are going to get what I'm saying. Those of you OGs in the chat. But not only did he say it's downgraded, he said it's being murdered by Capcom.
Oh my god!
And he calls people fake Resident Evil fans who are saying that it's not downgraded.
How can it be downgraded? And they're using literally the same
engine. So for the individual in question, if you guys want his name, again, I have no beef towards him or anything like that. I actually watched his I know exactly
about oh no, that guy. Oh no, that
guy. Dude, there you go. He knows it. Damn, even superior artists know who the fuck he is. What's up, bro? But that dude dedicates his life. Let me tell you. Oh my god, that dude be killing me. He's like, the cracks are starting to show. I'm like, oh no, let me stop. I'll be scared.
No. I can't.
Ryan, you'll get pitchforks thrown at you for talking about. I didn't say anything bad about the Final Fantasy. I just said it's not really my game. But I already know, yeah, there are some passionate Final Fantasy fans out there. I mean, we're talking about brawl sizes. Anyway, moving on.
Jesus Christ!
We got that shit.
Deception of Resident Evil 3 remake.
Oh, he just saw it. You see that gold mine of craziness?
I do.
You should have seen his Spider-Man video. I did a video response a long ass time ago for his Spider-Man video, and everybody was like, "All right, please don't do it again." Did one more. They was like, "Yo, Ryan, we mean it. Please don't talk. Don't mention that." Guys like, "Yeah, no shit."
Why do? Look, man, this is a channel. This is a channel for all fanboys. If you a fanboy, go to that.
Oh Lord, that guy. Whoo. That guy is a piece of work.
Dude, this dude didn't hit a gold mine with Resident Evil videos. That's why he doing it.
I know, that's what he does. Like, you see the titles?
This is how you listen. This is how you
see the titles.
know,
they're all the same.
Yeah, this is how you know he's a fraud, because all he did was make one video on Resident Evil 3 and saw it get 8K views, and he said, "I'm doubling down on this," and he just went further and dude, man, come on.
He spreaded them out like every single time, or he'll use a different word, but it's literally the exact same thing over and over. Right. What's up, Craig? What's up, Wild Bits? It's the same thing over and over. It's hilarious. Like it's in union. It's so funny. But oh man,
I can't deal with that, man. Glad I'm not
oh god, I got Barry Star. He's like, what? Final Fantasy 7 is not your game? Whose bad is this? Come on, not like that. Come on, bro.
I don't know, Barry, man. That dude is. I don't know, man.
I told you. If you click on those videos, you're in for a gold mine of craziness. Like I remember,
no, man, I'm not clicking on that.
I thought what's his name was crazy with his clickbait, but nah, that dude took the cake. I was like, all right, no, let me just go.
Oh, I already know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna say he who shall not be named, but that guy.
Well, he's on vacation right now.
Is he, or did he quit?
That's a good question. Did his new girlfriend make him quit?
Shit. I don't know. I mean, it's not like he had much to go back to, you know?
Oh shit! Goddamn! I mean, he does got.
I mean, he's got a lot of, he's got a lot of followers or subscribers. But I'm saying, like, it's kind of diminishing. Plus, it's not like he really gets a warm, you know what I'm saying, a warm welcome.
Look, man, why would? Yeah, because the Xbox fans think you turned their back. The PlayStation fans don't want you. Yeah. so at a certain point, it's like, well,
yeah.
And the thing is, the dude's a good dude. I just think, you made some.
The persona he created is just not good.
It's just not good for,
long term.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a long term. Yeah.
You said it more nicer than I could, but.
I mean, you said Young Defiant. Yo, Young Defiant funny as hell. I don't care nobody says that dude funny. I be laughing at his content. That dude is funny. I don't take anything he says serious, but I think he's funny. Like, when he did his stream, when he was sitting there, when he got monetized, right? He did his streams, and he was like, "Oh, I'm live playing this. Donate, idiots." That's literally in the title. I was dead laughing. I'm like, "Oh, dog, really?" Because I know he's like trying to push the button. He said, "Dude looks like a homeless meth addict." Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. That's what dude looks like with that T-shirt. By the way, he even did a thing where he wore the same T-shirt 4 months straight, and it got stretched more and more. You could tell it wasn't washed because when like the collar be all messed up. It's stretched to a point where it can't stretch no more. It's crazy. Ugh, that was bad. But besides,
Shuhei up here lying to people, man. And that's another thing too. PlayStation 5 is going to be 13.5 teraflops. Let me tell you something.
Oh, Lord.
Don't start a narrative that you're going to regret when they finally announce what the system really is. Because I'm telling you, you have more weight on Twitter than you think you do. Yep. Because if you tweet it out, and then one of your fans tweeted out, and then one of their fans tweeted out, all that's going to happen is somebody's going to probably see, that's going to be the last tweet they see. And then when Sony finally does announce that it's 11 teraflops or even 12 teraflops, if you're out here saying it's 16 teraflops, you're setting up a bad precedence for them not to live up to. So if you're looking out for the well-being of Sony selling a bunch of consoles and not losing out because of fake news and wrong specs, don't throw out numbers that you cannot confirm yourself.
Bro, it only took one particular...
one person said 16 teraflops, and next thing you know, that's going to be 30.
It's going to have 50 gigs of RAM or some shit. Like, you already know. There was one, like, here's a testament to that. I think you know what I'm talking. I'm not even going to say names, but one tweet ruined my dude's career for a little bit. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one tweet. And here's the thing. It wasn't even from him. It was from, another person. But that one tweet, he did like, oh,
you gotta.
You have no advice. Just stop.
Look, just leave it at what you just said.
I'm not even gonna say it. Like it's like, dog. There's no advice
right there, man. Because these people out here, man. When people do it, man, people do the weirdest shit.
People do it for
Twitter,
views.
Bro.
I'm telling you, some people like to capitalize. They'll see they'll see a gaming news channel. They'll go, hey, you know what? Let me put out a video. They'll say, hey guys, PS5 will have 20 gigs of RAM and we'll have 20 teraflops. And watch somebody go, hey Ryan, did you see this video? And then more people will start sharing this shit around, and it'll get around, and then traction will be built.
And then you don't want your name attached to it.
Exactly.
I
don't really
retweeted in this. I don't believe this.
I don't believe this dumb shit. You know, really?
Don't retweet trash to me,
dude. Like some of these news outlets been coming out, been looking weird to me lately. I don't know if you've been paying attention to Push Square.
I have.
You see the titles? They've been pushing the same title for a minute. I'm like, oh, dog, can you change the title, please? Because that doesn't make sense for one, and also you said that last week.
It's hard out here for some people, man.
Oh God. Well,
you know what YouTube's recommendation is on. You're supposed to spend, if you spend 6 hours on your video, you're supposed to spend at least 45% of that on your thumbnail and title.
Facts.
So, so if you make a 6-hour video, 3 of those hours need to be consistent of you making your thumbnail as great as it can be.
I swear, I feel like that shit from Coming to America. You remember when he was sitting there going, you don't think that would be too much? I'm just going to throw the teraflops in there. It's like, you know what? You're right. 15 teraflops.
15 teraflops. I'm gonna amp it up.
Are you sure that's enough? You know what? 18. 18. He's like, you know, while we're at it, let's go for a cool 20. You don't think that would be too much? Nah.
Well, damn, I might as well just put a fucking tight in my damn Xbox and my PlayStation.
Oh shit! That much
money.
I wonder what Linus Tech Tip's gonna do with because remember he made a custom PS4 water cooled.
Yeah, that was cool.
Fucking watching him making it. That was dope.
It was. That was dope, man.
I wonder what he's gonna do with PS5 or Series X.
I don't know, man.
I know he water cooled.
I know he made a mock-up of the Xbox in a small PC enclosure. That's the one as his daily driver too, he said. But it's gonna be, man, it's just the amount of news. Digital Foundry about to blow up again. Because they kind of been quiet over the last couple of years because a lot of people haven't been on the whole resolution gate thing because this pretty much can at least hit 1080p for the most part. But when it comes to this next generation, man, 4K is about to be a buzzword, and Digital Foundry gonna be out here taking notes, and people gonna be feeling bad because their system isn't running at a lock solid 60 frames per second, and there is no goddamn reason that should be the case.
So, he's really good. Like regardless if you like Digital Foundry or not, you can't really deny their technical expertise. No, you really can't. They're really good. But what I was about to, what I'm shocked by, I'm surprised they didn't talk about it earlier. Like, for example, remember how they were flown out to test Series X? Or was it? No.
Oh yeah.
There wasn't Series X. They were flown out the Xbox One X. It was One X, right? It was One. But I'm surprised they were never flown out for Series X.
I mean,
that is top notch. But I'm saying, like, I'm surprised they didn't really.
Maybe they will though when it comes to like the full blowout of the specs of the system, like the.
Oh yeah, I can see them at the reveal. Yeah, I can see them at the reveal.
Or if Microsoft doesn't, because it wasn't like Microsoft did a reveal. Like a real reveal, we got really the specs for the X from Digital Foundry, like the clock speeds and stuff. So I can see that happening again. But then also, Digital Foundry was such a big beacon of where the community went to like fight this console war. That kind of hasn't been the case over the last couple of years. So that's probably another reason why they haven't done it, because it's just not as many people talking about them like this. But that could definitely change over the next couple of weeks or months or whatever, because they're about to become real relevant again all of a sudden.
Yeah. He said, what do you expect the specs to be? I mean, virtually the same. Remember, the APU is virtually the same for both. They're both rocking Zen 2. We both know they're going to be rocking, well, Microsoft's announced 12 teraflops, but all the other features that were mentioned pretty much are in PS5. So to speak. But I think teraflop wise, I would say over 10. Definitely. I don't see the 9.2. I don't see 9.2. I don't see them undercutting their performance just for a price tag. I don't see them doing it as much. I can see 10, a little over 10.
I can see them both being relatively the same. I can see 11.5 or 11 or even 12. I can see that too. I can also see the Xbox being clocked a little bit higher when it comes to the CPU. GPU might be clocked higher too, slightly, depending on what they're doing with their cooling system.
Like situation. Tweaking.
So I can see little modular changes like that. I can see the SSD for the PlayStation being very, very more advanced than it is in the Xbox. But at a certain point, if the Xbox loads your games in 20 seconds, if the PlayStation does it in 5 seconds isn't going to really kill you unless you're looking at them side by side. But I think PlayStation will definitely have the speed advantage when it comes to loading and resuming games and everything. But the one thing that will literally trump everything is the backwards compatibility. It looks like they are 100% going in on full backwards compatibility across every Xbox generation. And this is something that Sony tried to do with the PS3. And I think they were just a little ahead of their time, because people really want to take advantage of those games on their systems now, because I don't know, everybody's nostalgic about something. But I think
overclocking with air cooling?
Exactly. I think Xbox is going to dive even deeper into that, because they stopped making they stopped the whole program of bringing games over to the Xbox One X enhancement list earlier.
Yeah, it's kind of pointless now, because everything's going to just naturally work.
They said they were working on the new next gen. So especially with those features that they kept saying that all of your games are going to look better and perform better. And then if you didn't watch Digital Foundry's video, they were talking about that, and they were talking about how are they actually going into these games, because they said performance and resolution differences being better in all those games too. And it looks like that they might be actually going back and revisiting those games, because it doesn't say, like it said for Xbox One X, it said that developers, if they wanted to, could go in and retouch that stuff, and they would put it out in patches. It seems like Xbox themselves are going in and doing all these changes, not confirmed or anything, but it's just interesting to see what they're doing on the software side to bring that stuff to bring the potential of the system up. But when it comes to like just the systems in general, they're pretty much going to be the same. The only difference is going to be the 5 to 10% of the games that's only available on that system. And for the most part, PlayStation wins that argument 10 out of 10 times. But Microsoft has 10 more studios than they had at the beginning of last generation. And depending on what those studios do and what we see, is going to really tell a difference in if people are going to be 2-system or 3-system households to just being a 2-1 with a Switch and a PS5 in their house. Because that's the biggest difference, I think, this generation that people don't understand. A lot of people just didn't have a reason to own an Xbox and a PlayStation compared to last generation. So it's on Microsoft with their first party to convince you to want to at least dive into the Xbox ecosystem, even if it's on a PC, maybe on a console. But as long as you're part of the ecosystem, and when they start talking all of these numbers about engagement into Game Pass, I truly think Game Pass is going to end up hitting 20 million subscribers sooner.
Oh yeah, it's going to be there.
It's going to hit that number just because
before they start doing the what I talked about. Remember the premium costs eventually, where it stops the free trial, because eventually they got to stop the free trial. It's got to eventually go up, especially when we're talking about bigger games. Like we're talking about Cyberpunk going to Game Pass day one. If that's the case, and that's the future, where more games like that are going to be like day one on it, you're going to have a higher cost you're going to be paying for it. And before people go, I don't see it happen, look what happened to Netflix. It will transfer over. It will transfer over.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's just going to be, it's a wait and see approach at this point. Like I said, it's hard to speculate and be 100% factual when you only know half the story, and even the half you only know about 66% of it.
Yeah. Question, your child 06, where is it confirmed from Sony, sir? Says the 9.2 teraflops all but confirmed. It's still going to be a great system. We know both systems are going to be great, but where is it confirmed that it's 9.2?
Yeah, where is it going to confirm that?
I need confirmation. See, I guess you're new here to this conversation. You weren't here for like the past. You might want to rewind and go through the show. We went through this and talked about this. Wait for confirmation before you make bold claims and silly claims.
But the thing is, I agree with your statement, though. 9.2 teraflops is going to be great regardless. I tweeted it out yesterday, said no matter what PlayStation comes out with, they come out at 9.5 or higher.
Remember, it's 6 over 4.
Be an amazing system, and you're still going to, this is the thing, you're still going to play your games at 1080p plus 60 frames per second.
Exactly. Plus, this is the big thing, too, I'm happy for going into it. And again, remember I talked about mirror reflections? Especially with the whole RTX and direct DX12 and direct ray tracing. I'm happy for those type of things, but I'm really happy for is that we're getting over this stupid hurdle, which it felt like we were caged in, and that was 30 frames per second. I am so fucking done with it. Like, you don't understand. Like when you obviously know, you know Alien Isolation, right?
Yeah,
dude. Let me tell you something. I played that game 3 times. I platinumed that game platinumed it twice. I haven't beaten it on PC yet. Until why I couldn't beat it on PC yet? Because of how fucking fast it is on PC. The Alien moves so fucking fast at 140 frames. That fucking Alien at 60, I can only imagine how much better he would have been for the consoles. So much resources, 100%. Better things they can do. Games at 60, that being the norm. I mean, imagine what that would have done for Days Gone. Remember how intense Days Gone can be with the zombies coming at you? Imagine how much more faster and more insane that could have been with more resources.
That's a huge bitch.
Yeah, that's why I say, like what's they said, 1080p. Ew. I agree. Either, but I will take. Look, maybe 1440p is the lowest I'm willing to go, because I feel like yes, you can definitely nudge into the whole 4K and the glitz and the glamour of having sharper picture and everything like that. But for me, 1440p ultra settings, 60 frames or higher, gives you the ability to add more things like AI and stuff. You have more things going on the screen. I always harken back to Halo Combat Evolved. The first time you jump out of your Pelican on the beach on that one mission, and you're storming the beach with the Marines, was so great. Not because, the music was great too, because the music kicked in and it's that classic Halo music. But it was more of the fact that when you jumped in, it was so much going on around you that is it looks trivial to today's standards, but back then that was huge. And that's what I want to feel again when I play these games. I want to feel like it's more than just the game that's happening in that one instance. Everything is happening around me for a reason, and how do I react with that stuff in that instance is what's going to excite me. And they have the opportunity to do that once again with the power that these systems are going to have, but they have to come to an understanding that every game don't have to be 4K. You don't have to try to push 8K. Just give an experience that will be great for everybody, and those games will sell even more than they sell now.
Yeah. Man, James, you late. Yeah, it's from Deuce Bigelow. The Deuce saying that's a huge that's from Deuce Bigelow. Shout out to Flo Badosh for the £2. He said, these episodes help me chill after work. Cheers. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm glad you enjoy the content. Thank you. But that's from Deuce Bigelow. Let's see. First Halo. My God. He's talking about Halo. Yeah, hopefully this Halo is received the same way Halo 3 was with the 360. Remember that big jump?
Only time I could
tell, because remember they did everything right. They even had a custom Halo 360. It was that gold one, like gold trimmed Xbox 360. Yeah. So
it was green. Yeah,
it was like green, had like gold trim where the disc drive was. Yeah,
it was. Yeah, you're right. And the hard drive had where it had where it normally said 20 gigs on the hard drive, it just said Halo 3. It said
Halo 3. Yeah, going right across an Xbox.
I miss those days, man.
Dude, they were so aggressive. They were so badass. Like, they had so many cool designs. I remember when they announced the super slim Xbox 360, which was one of the dopest looks for their consoles ever. You know,
it was by far the best looking.
That was the best looking system I've ever seen from them at the time. And when they did that, oh my God. I remember they announced the Gears of War version of it. It was red. It was a red one.
Red Omen one. Oh my God. They also released the R2-D2 one.
Yeah, they Star Wars one. Yeah, announced the Star Wars one. They announced that.
Probably, that was incredible.
That was a golden era for them. They had so much. They had their marketing down to a T, and they knew what eye candy to throw at you, basically, to get you to look at the system. So many cool designs at the time.
They doing everything right, man. They just keep it going.
Yeah, right now they're doing better. Yeah, I can only imagine. I saw a lot of cool designs for Series X, like custom looks. Everybody was putting out there, like little concept arts for like custom. So Series X can look pretty dope, especially if they change the light on the fan up top. It's like different colors, RGB. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, did they confirm that that's actually a light up there?
I think so. I think it's kind of. I mean, that's the theory. I mean, that's the theory, right? Yeah.
I mean, PC gamers love RGB.
I mean, it looks like it looks like it's advertised for a PC gamer to begin with, because it looks like a straight little mini towers you can buy pre-built, and the way they got it stacked. Again, a lot of people don't understand the design, but heat rises up. That's why it has one fan up top and ventilation in the back. But heat rises up. That's why it does that. So. But I think that's more likely the design and why they did that for it. Golly. Anything else to go over? I think this is PS5 to the top. But do you guys reckon Fable could make a comeback?
I mean, at this point, it'll be a riot if Fable doesn't get announced, because it's like the worst kept secret. Because right now, I just believe if Playground isn't working on that game, then that game isn't being worked on at all, because that's the only studio that is even been mentioned with that. And I like the theory of not Black, they used to be called Black Tusk, but the Coalition going back and doing Perfect Dark, because of their initial game they were working on before they changed over from Black Tusk was a stealth type game, and those assets are still in place, and they can kind of just adopt that over to being a Perfect Dark game.
Yeah,
I can see them working on that. We know it's being rumored that the new Forza game, the new motorsport game, is going to incorporate open world. So that kind of frees up Playground from not having to work. They probably got a team that's helping Turn 10 work on the open world aspect of what the motorsport game is going to be. But I think if they're not working on it, that game's not coming. And I would think that would be the one letdown of the whole beginning of the generation for a lot of Xbox fans if that's true. Yeah. Because I think a lot of people just want to get back a classic RPG like Fable because it's something that's familiar and it's something that Microsoft actually has in their stable that they can make whenever they want to. Yeah. And that would be a positive, but let's just cross our fingers and hope that it actually happens for a lot of people's sake.
Yeah, facts. If I was Phil Spencer, I would have, especially in terms of being aggressive, Ubisoft has Splinter Cell. I would have tackled Ubisoft and worked on a deal to get to get similar to Marvel.
Splinter Cell this whole generation.
Yeah, I would have done something like that. That'd been perfect for Microsoft, especially if they funded right and they get the deal going and they incorporate their multiplayer elements into it, stuff like that. I think Splinter Cell would be fire for Series X.
Who's to say that they don't have that relationship in the background?
You never know, exactly. But I would put a lot of emphasis on that type of stuff. If I was Sony, obviously, I'm thinking Sony's getting closer and closer. Even though they've kind of always been close with Capcom, I think they're going to be a lot closer going into PS5 because the remasters and the way they're going about it. If I remember correctly, Dino Crisis was exclusive to PS1 before it went to PC, a long, long time ago, right? So
I think a lot of Xbox's marketing and a lot of their exclusive things are going to come through Game Pass now because that's where they're going to bolster a lot
their bread and butter.
I think it's a really high look. The fact that I don't think this is going to happen, but the fact that these rumors of all these different games showing up in Game Pass day and date, like Cyberpunk and stuff, I don't think that game will do it. Yeah. But if it did happen, you're talking about monumental shifts that can really affect people's buying habits of a new console. Because if I can get games like Cyberpunk or Splinter Cell day one, or just within the release window of those titles on one system, but I got to pay a full price on another system, those are decisions that can really truly change the complexion of the whole generation for a lot of people. Yeah. And Microsoft doesn't have to drop the price of the system to do that. If Microsoft wants to sell the system at $600, but they tell people hey, $600, that's what it's going to cost you guys to get into the ecosystem. But in that same breath, if they say, but guess what? These are all the games that you're going to play when this system is released, and then these are the games you're going to play in Game Pass, and literally have games like Cyberpunk up there in that screen. How many people
look at that and go, damn, I'd be a fool not to get into the ecosystem now. People are going to look at it.
Yeah.
And also, they have separate, they have two Game Passes at this point, right? Separate, because they have PC. The PC version is kind of separate from the console version, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
So,
and it's not about taking exclusive away from people, because it will still be available for you to buy on PlayStation, even on PC. But for them to say for $15 you can play this game, the most anticipated game this generation, third party at least, that is a power move that Microsoft has the ability of doing because they have the money to do it. And that's the aggressiveness that I want to see from Microsoft. I don't want to spend their money or anything, but if you want to change the complexity of a generation, that's what you will have to do.
Right. It's hey, you get this side, you're paying full price. This one, you get it a fraction of it, and you get to experience it. So yeah,
and they're letting you know it before the system releases.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the key. Because if you already have a PS5, why would you want to invest?
Why would you want to drop another $4 or whatever? Yeah.
But then again, if it's in Game Pass on PC, maybe you'll still get it on Game Pass and PC, which still gets you into the ecosystem, which is what Microsoft only really cares about. They don't care if you play it on console or not. If they can get it on PC too, you'll probably do it there.
Yeah. I actually see the Windows Store ceasing to exist. going further. I really do see it if it ceases to exist. I don't see them pushing Game Pass on. Cause let's be real, nobody goes to the Windows store.
Andrew Wilson said Forte still creating fake scenarios. Hey, they're only fake until they become real. That's what I always tell people, man. This is all speculation.
Speculation.
Like I said, I don't know. I don't believe it's going to happen. I'm just saying, if you want people to give a flying hoot about your system that doesn't care about it, you do something like that, and then that will make people pay attention and care about it.
Yeah,
that's all it really takes.
Paul, he said if it lights up, he's talking about the light. He's talking about the green light on the Series X. I mean, it could be the fan, but maybe it's from the board. Maybe it's on the board. I'm not sure.
It could be like a light on the board itself.
Yeah, it could be light on the board because it doesn't really look like it's on the fan itself. Because usually fans have the RGB, you can see it on the fan, but it didn't really look like it's on the legit fan. It looked like it's underneath it, like it's like a glow. So maybe that's probably what they'll do in terms of customization for the consoles. Because they've proven they'll go the extra mile to add even more finer details. In the actual custom builds, because remember they put like Master Chief on the Xbox One X. So yeah, I can see them doing stuff like that, changing the lights. He said, "Muscle Mountain Gamer tied right now." Wait a minute, wait here or something? Oh, I guess he's doing something. Yeah, I might have to hit up Muscle Mountain Gamer. Everybody keeps asking me to hit him up 1-on-1.
Yeah.
So
well, you have great mods on your channel. I just want you. Your mods are you got one particular mod that is a gem, and I love him. I just want you to know that. I like his energy though, man. He part of me wants to think that he's just trolling, but the other part just say he just truly loves his PlayStation, and there's nothing wrong with that, man. It's all about what makes you happy as a gamer. And and me personally, if somebody's in your domain and they're trying to tell you tell you otherwise, then they can kick rocks.
No. You know how that is, man. Everybody has a different opinion. Everybody's gonna show up and showcase. You know how that always be. But oh boy, man, this was good. Good. This is good, man. I just noticed. I just look at the time. Shit, holy fuck. We've been going damn near.
Andrew Wilkins just said people hate when black men is intelligent and dominant, and I know. Guess what, Ryan? What are we? Are we African Americans too?
Yes, sir.
So are you trying to say that some black men are right and some black men are wrong? Just saying.
Yeah.
Go ahead and finish what you were saying, sir.
I mean, you remember the shock and awe on everybody's face when Luca said she was black?
He said I act blacker.
You remember that shit?
I do remember that, man. Look, man, everybody.
Y'all is funny. Y'all funny. I wear a slap box. Hey, well, I'm blacker.
I'm blacker. I'm burnt toast out here.
I thought Luca was white.
Dog, a lot of people thought Luca was white, even knowing she had a profile pic up on her screen, on her Twitter profile that showed that she's just high yellow.
Hey, you did play that expertly, that race car.
He did
perfectly.
He did. That was really good.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Well, yeah, I know how it is. Appreciate it. Yeah, child. But we'll talk. Thank you for coming through, bro. It's been a minute. I mean, you actually chopped it up like this, so it's been a minute.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I'm always here whenever you need me, man.
All right, for sure. How about RGT? Bring your ass through here Friday. Let's break this shit down.
What time do you do RGT?
I do at 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
Yeah, you're in Eastern, right? You're in Eastern time, right?
Yeah, we're Eastern. Yeah, so yeah, I can do because I'm on. I can do next Friday because I'm on vacay that week, so I can do the week after next.
Cool.
Or the week after this.
Absolutely. You got it for sure. All right. Yeah. Well, guys, thank you guys so much who came through. I want to say shout out to Forte as well. And, of course, Mr. Boomstick, Xbox 448. So, obviously, I told you guys one-on-ones are coming. So, tomorrow, Mr. Xbox 448 will be here. Same time, I guess 11:30. we'll do this again with Xbox 448, and I'll get Mr. Boomstick on here momentarily. Obviously we have Breakfast with Boom Friday. You can ask Mr. Paul there in the chat, how our schedule goes over there. But now, real talk, thank you guys so very, very much. And let me do this for safe measure, because I know I got slow-mo as one, but there you go. But yeah, appreciate it. Definitely check out Forte's channel. I'm gonna let him do his outro, and you can check out his content. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Yep, definitely. Yeah, it's Gaming Forte on YouTube and Twitter. Check us out also on the Brat Radio podcast on Wednesday night with Slow Mo, B Money, Eric Jackson, and Enrique himself. And then we do Crossfire on Friday nights at 7 p.m. with Mooch. And man, Ryan, it's been a pleasure, man. It's always cool to just be amongst friends, and that's the one thing that people don't realize, that yeah. Even though we all have different opinions, we all still come together because we all respect each other's opinions, because we're friends. Facts. In the end.
Facts. I remember Deuce thought here's a fun story. Somebody was like, yo, Meds, how you about to jump into a tank with sharks? Meds was like, it's so fast in the chat. He's like, how? I'm among friends.
Right. He's among other sharks. That's why.
Exactly. We're all sharks here. So thank you guys again. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And of course, you guys got RGT Friday. But told you, content is dropping. And I want to say shout out to her again, even though I already shouted her out in my last video. Shout out to Stacy for her awesome work on the channel, especially the new intro that everybody was hitting me up about. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Thank you. So thank you guys again for watching. And hopefully tomorrow I'll have some good news for you guys regarding a certain position. We'll see what's happening there. But until next time, it's Big Cloud Gaming. Big shout out to all the new subscribers. Everybody's still been here. Make sure you hit that bell icon. You select all for notifications so you never miss the show. YouTube is very annoying with this, and I have to advertise this to you. I know I sound like a broken record. Blame YouTube. Don't blame me. I'm just saying. That's YouTube. But hit all notifications so you won't miss content. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Until next time, y'all be blessed, y'all be easy. And yes, I'll be streaming right after this. Life is Strange, the final part. So if you guys want to come through, it's on the Twitch channel. It's bit_cloud gaming on twitch.com. Link is in the description below. Y'all be good, man. Later.
Later, guys.